Greetings, summoners! Well, the magic dragon has finally landed. Wow, that is a real sentence. Okay, the magic dragon is a new castle dragon. It is the exact same as the Dominion Hall from Ark of War. So before we get too much further into this, know that I'm not going to go too deep into this hall. I'm going to cover the basics. If you want to go much deeper into it, I did a 4-part series on the Dominion Hall or the magic dragon. And I just want to cover this up front. Guys, this hall is not very good yet. Listen. It's the best premium hall in the game right now. Currently, we have the Ares Hall, which is the Skeleton Dragon, and now we have the Magic Dragon. Then next, we'll probably get the Apocalypse Dragon, which is the APOC Hall for Ark of War, which actually is a good hall. It's probably the best hall in the game still. But the Magic Dragon does have a couple unique things about it. One, it gives 50% marching speed. 2, it gives skill trigger rate increase 10%, which is huge for Bullet and Rock, or Gervalurk and whoever Rock is going to be. And then it does training speed plus 20%. So you can train your troops faster, which is nice. And it's got good base stats, but it's not much better than the Skeleton Dragon. It's 2% per level instead of 1.5% per level. And it's got dodge, HP, and defense instead of attack, accuracy, and crit. So, give and take there. Not much better than the Skeleton Dragon. But the Skeleton Dragon has a hospital capacity and troop carrying capacity. So when you pillage someone for, say, 100 Shadow Matter, if you have the Skeleton Dragon on, you can get 200, which means if you're farming tiles and you need enough troops to take home 800,000 resources, with the Skeleton Dragon, you need half as many troops to get the same amount. So I really still like the Ares Hall Skeleton Dragon, but the Magic Dragon is much better for just farming halls or castles, just hitting people over and over, because that marching speed does help out. But it's only 50%, so it's not necessarily worth it at this moment. It does look kind of cool. It looks like a bug dragon. This is the bone dragon, so it's not the one. But the event came around. I wanted to talk about it so people had at least a point of reference to consider. And this is how it works. In order to get the dragon, I should probably show that, you have to actually get all 3 and 30 dragon scales. So all 3 legendary chess pieces and then the dragon scales. Now the problem with those chess pieces is you get 3 primary stats out of those chess pieces. Just like all legendary chess pieces, you get 3 primary stats. So the Quietus, which is the Black Knight, has all unit level restraint, which is an absolute essential chess piece. And the other legendary chess pieces used for the Magic Dragon only work on a specific type of troop, and they double stack the stat. So if you look at the Void, for example, the Void is only for infantry class, which means that infantry get 92% dodge on the chess piece, which is huge. It's still best in slot for plasmas and some Stella builds, some Rita builds, and in this game we haven't really seen the meta flesh out, but for infantry only commanders, because tier 9 isn't here yet, this is going to be a best in slot chess piece in a fair fight. But for the majority of your fights, they probably won't be fair fights, so the Quietus is probably going to be better and more universally used most of the time. But when it's time to go into the Galactic Battle and trade mains, you're going to use these chess pieces for infantry. The Intrepidity, I don't really like the Intrepidity that much. I would rather get rid of the dodge and have HP and defense, plus the luxury of having the tier suppression mechanic on the Quietus. So the Power of Genesis is the airship version of the 3 legendaries. Like I said, it's got triple stats, right? So instead of having defense, HP, and tier suppression, it has double defense, right? Same with infantry, same with walkers. They have double HP and double dodge, respectively. But they're great chess pieces, and they're not too difficult to get. Actually, they're very difficult to get. You have to open up hundreds of super equipment chests. I haven't actually opened them yet to figure out how many you need to get each item. But you get the Clockwork Puppet, the Music Box, and the Void. I think, if my memory serves me correct, it's 322, 323, 324 to get all 3 of them in a row. Sometimes you get them early, which is nice. And most people can only get 1 per event. But there is a trick to getting all 3, and like I said at the beginning, I have a 4-part series on how to do that, but that involves doing all 100 faction quests, then resetting, because you need that item there for each one. Then you have to reset your faction by using this item right here. Whoop, where is it? Right there. Which is 10,000, right? And then you have to do all 100 again. And then you have to reset it again and do all 100 again to get all 3 in 1 week. Now, if you do that, and you can do all 100 faction events, because the last 10 are really hard. And if you have to skip them paying $2 to $3 grand each, it adds up to a very expensive haul. So most people will probably wait until they get tier 7 or tier 8 and 1,000 leadership on all their commanders to actually try and do that. Otherwise, you got to open up a ton of super equipment chests, which I don't recommend doing this early in the game. You could probably spend your gems better on just release 10 and magazines and resources to get higher tier. But if you are so compelled to get that rare unique haul this early in the game, know that you can get it all in 1 week. Know that it's an okay haul, but it's not really good. You're probably not going to be using it. You're probably still going to be using your bone dragon just because it's better for farming and hospital capacity, but it is possible. So that being said, what else? There is other stuff going on in the event. You can use the other items. Obviously you get them from doing the daily quests, right? Your daily quest here, right? The primal fire, and then the quests over here. So the daily quests for moonstones, the PvP quest, or the worldwide quest for the what are they called? Magic puppets, and of course you can get more of them by competing in the gold event, or the guild event as well. So I think the top 3 guilds get the reward. Yeah, all 3 top guilds get the reward. So they're not too tough to get. You got all week to get them, but you need to start collecting them now. And if I recall correctly, you actually had to have saved. Yeah, you do. You had to have saved some magic puppets from previous events. Oh, I don't even remember. Oh, wait a minute. You are limited to 5 primal fires, so maybe they aren't letting us do it. Let me see. Double check that real quick. 1 primal fire there, and then to buy primal fires, there you go. You can buy them, but you have to trade in moonstones and magic puppets, but you are limited to the moonstones and magic puppets per day per event. You may have had to have some banked from previous events. Now, it is possible to bank items in your inventory by going to participating in previous events, previous weeks, and not using them. So, for example, I still have gifts left over that I haven't collected. I'll go ahead and collect those now. But as long as you don't delete items in your mail, you will always be able to go back and get them, including those moonstones and what are they called? Oh, magic puppets. So there you go. And you can also trade in moonstones there. So it is possible to get all 3. It does help to have items left over. I went into that into detail in my other videos, which I will link right here. And you can start that series now. Or you can just skip to the last video. I do a pretty good conclusion on it. But that is the cover, the basic cover for the Magic Dragon. Maybe in the future one day I'll actually go for the Magic Dragon. I don't plan on maining Bullet yet, so I don't need to go for doing that yet. But if you are wondering about getting it or wanted a second opinion on it, I hope this video helped you. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Have fun this week. It's going to be a long week. And anyone that does go for all 3 and does all 300 faction quests, I feel your pain. You are not alone. There's probably a dozen of us. But if you do successfully do it, go in the description below, join the line community, show it off to us. I want to see which madman actually went for all 300. That is insane. So yeah, I'll plug that one more time. Line community below. Message me to join one of the Sky Kingdoms or Ark of War chats. You should have your guild online. It's a social app where you can interact with other players and discuss ideas and strategy and blah, blah, blah. So thanks for watching this video. My name is Melt, and remember, peace is bad for business.